I've spent more than my fair share of time on this channel talking about different women who've contributed to geek culture, female characters, and it's time I start asking, are we the problem? Hi y'all, SnarkyJay cosplay here. It seems like every other day we're seeing headlines of some actress that may or may not have had anything to do with Star Wars complaining that of course her character was hated because she is a woman, because male fans of anything are toxic, that anything led by a woman will struggle in the media. And of course, as somebody who is a woman, someone who speaks in a primarily male-dominated space, I thought, who better to analyze this than me? That might be a little over the top, but anyway, I've done some thinking, because every time a woman does anything and it doesn't work out, it's because people hate women. It's because women can't succeed, and to a certain extent, there are plenty of people who have problems with women out there, but I don't think that that's the majority, so continuously blaming the failures of anything woman-related on misogyny seems a little cheap. So I started really analyzing this. Let's think for a moment about somebody like, I don't know, Leslie Headland, who wrote one of the worst pieces of Star Wars media ever to come into existence. Think about Jessica Gao and the writer's room on She-Hulk, which made arguably one of the worst Marvel pieces of content. This might cause some people to question whether or not women should be part of a writer's room. I recently heard an argument like this and I almost threw up in my mouth. Because if we think about it, women, for almost the entire history of cinema, have been involved with the writer's room. In fact, a lot of your favorite movies probably had a woman's hand involved. While somebody like Steven Spielberg is credited with the success of E.T., sure, he directed and produced it, but it was actually written by Melissa Matheson. Classic and beloved musicals like Singin' in the Rain and The Wizard of Oz were both co-written by women. One of my all-time favorite horror movies, The Babadook, was also written by a woman. And if we want to go through some more, I'll make this quick. Halloween, When Harry Met Sally, Thelma and Louise, Lost in Translation. Little known fact, the original first draft of Empire Strikes Back was written by a woman by the name of Lee Brackett, but people like Kathleen Kennedy don't want you to know that because then they wouldn't be able to ride the wave of misogyny is ruining us in order to defend bullshit content. So okay, maybe women can write. Right? I would say so. But I mean, as much as somebody would accept a woman writer, they'd never accept a female character, right? I mean, look how many people complained about Rey, how many people complained about She-Hulk, how many people complained about the twins in The Acolyte. Even people that earlier this year didn't want to watch Furiosa because it wasn't Mad Max and instead we had a woman in the lead. I honestly am really struggling to come up with female characters that, one second, Princess Leia in the original trilogy, Buffy Summers in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Ellen Ripley in the Alien franchise, Dana Scully in X-Files, Sarah Connor in the Terminator franchise, Xena the Warrior Princess, Wonder Woman, The Bride in Kill Bill, Trinity in The Matrix, Alice in Resident Evil, Celine in Underworld, Lara Croft in Tomb Raider. Need I say more? That is over 40 years of films and franchises starring or heavily featuring female characters, strong female characters, not love interests or damsels in distress, no. Women who were strong, who had attitude, who could hold their own. That is several examples of badass in media who were not just tolerated or accepted, but beloved by the audiences, often mostly men, who appreciated those pieces of content. Okay. So maybe we can have some women writers, maybe we can have some strong female characters, but surely every time a woman gets to put something out, right, it flops. How many flops haven't been made by men? Let's take a look at Thor: Love and Thunder. That was Taika Waititi. Sam Raimi directed Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which is aged like f***ing milk. But okay, everybody's pretty much crediting Kathleen Kennedy with tanking Star Wars as a whole. I can't completely disagree with that. Surely no man is doing anything similar right now with any other company. Let's take a look at Lionsgate, actually, which is having their worst year ever. It has been flop after flop. In recent months alone, we have had the flop of The Crow 2024, Borderlands, The Killer's Game, Never Let Go, and the current head honcho at Lionsgate, need I remind you, does not wear a skirt. His name is John Feldheimer, and he's been the CEO of Lionsgate since 2000. And by now, you might be thinking, Jay, what the is the point? I'll tell you what the point is. The point is that women have always been involved in geek culture, in movie production, what have you. We've always been there. We're pretty much half of the population, so completely alienating us from anything doesn't work. Pretending that we've never had anything to do with any of these things also doesn't work. Misogyny does exist. I'm not saying it doesn't. I would be a fool to imply that it doesn't exist, as I have faced plenty on my own. But the fact of the matter, plenty of things that have been flamed on social media, on the internet, destroyed by critics, plenty of things made by men face similar criticisms and controversies as things starring women. Plenty of male characters have been torn apart on the internet just as women have. We cannot say, well, people didn't like the sequel trilogy because it starred a woman, it starred Daisy Ridley as Rey, and of course, we can't change people's perspectives on women. To continuously cast women in poorly written projects that would be just as poorly received if a man was starring in it seems a little bit like they're just casting innocent women to be shields for shitty content and writing. Why did Wonder Woman make over $1 billion at the movie theater? Why did Rogue One, led by a woman played by Felicity Jones, also make over $1 billion at the box office? Why did Buffy the Vampire Slayer have so many seasons? Why did Xena Warrior Princess go on as long as it did? Why are there so many male Alien fans? I could do this all day. So the fact of the matter, ladies and gentlemen, is that women are not the problem. We've always been here, and we've always done well when the content is good. It does not matter what is in the pants of the person who wrote it, produced it, directed it, starred in it. All that matters is a good story. And that's all from me. I've been SnarkyJay. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. For more SnarkyJay, be sure to check me out on Instagram, and if you'd like to support me, this channel, and my content creation, do check out and consider subscribing to my Patreon for exclusive photo shoot sets and cosplay content. I will add links to all of those in the description below, and let me know your thoughts on women in geek culture in the comments below.